Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for July 16th to the 23rd. I am starting the first day with the last day from the last reading I did. It's because we have that full moon and lunar eclipse at 24 degrees Capricorn. So just any of the messages that we could get. It's always helpful, right? Crowning energy, we have higher power. Okay, so let's talk about your crowning energy first. Yeah, I mean, look, now is the time to examine what you're giving your energy and attention to in the back of your mind right now, Aries. You know, if you're obsessing about being right, about old resentment or failed expectations or about money or about other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create, which you don't want that, right? You want spirit to be your source. So you really want to turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. Because there's no greater source than spirit, and you can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of, because you are in good hands. You know, and I am guessing that a number of you might be going through a very transitional period right now, being that you are a cardinal sign, and the cardinal signs are the most affected by this Cancer Capricorn eclipse. And I just do know this from a lot of the personal readings that I'm doing. Lots of changes for Aries, you know, in relationships and in the work sector. But because we have the full moon in that work sector of Capricorn on July 16th, you might be feeling things a little more specifically in the work area. We do have a little sweet spot hitting us, Venus in Cancer, trine Neptune and Pisces on the 18th. Which is cool. Those are like emotional breakthroughs, metaphysical breakthroughs. Pay attention to your dreams on that day. Some cool stuff can come through there. And then you might be dealing with some power struggles on July 21st. Actually, for a couple of days moving forward, because that's where we have Venus in Cancer opposing Pluto in Capricorn, and Sun in Cancer conjunct Mercury in Cancer. So everybody's going to be feeling this kind of murky energy, and it's not only because of the lunar eclipse, and it's not only because we have Mercury retrograde, but it's because of these other aspects that are going on, where we're going to be in a space of like, really, is this all there is, and is this really right for me, and I don't know what to trust. Can I trust it? And if you're feeling that, you're not alone. A lot of people are going through this right now. All the signs are feeling that. This last row is going to be your challenges for the week. All right. Okay, so I understand now why we got this higher power oracle, because Aries, you have some stuff going on here that you're really just going to have some faith that things are going to come to fruition in a way for your higher good. I do also want to say that the higher power energy also does indicate karmic relationships, where you're with someone right now in your life, if you have someone in your life, or you could have just gotten out of something with somebody in your life where lots of lessons were learned, and lessons that are completely and entirely necessary for you and for your evolution. All right, so let's get into this. The Lover's reverse, Gemini energy. An important relationship in your life is out of balance, and the shadow side of your personalities is coming out here, showing up as a problem. So this relationship crisis may be prompting you to question your initial attraction to this person, as the values that you once held as a couple feel suddenly corrupted or off track. They just don't make sense to you. So you might be feeling this sense of inequality or betrayal or dishonesty with this person. This reversal is also associated with the devil, which reveals lust and materialism and addiction, but addiction to negative patterns and behaviors, you know. So this could even be negative thinking. So this can be associated with the Four of Cups energy. I'm feeling with this disillusionment as one of your challenges that you're dealing with here. Yeah. This is a Moon in Cancer energy, and this can be a challenge since it indicates being hurt and feeling the need to protect yourself, which I'm getting you might be feeling in this space. So this is also, I call this the checklist card, right? Where you may be in a space of being just unhappy about things that your partner does or says. And this is about you holding fast to your standards, and you feeling like You know, you're never going to be totally happy in a relationship. Now, for others of you, this can indicate the ending of a relationship and you wondering if you're ever going to meet anyone else, you know, where you're going to feel happy. And the thing is, this indicates that it's time for you to take a deeper risk in relationship, opening up emotionally. Like, you might think you're ready for love, Aries, but there might be some past issues still to heal here. And if you're in an established relationship, you might just be having a hard time right now. And this could show the need to address that, you know, and inject some new romance back into the relationship. Because otherwise you might end up finding yourself staying in the relationship for the wrong reasons, you know. Yeah. And then we have the Three of Cups reversed. This is a Mercury and Cancer energy, and this can indicate flirtation or indulgence that's gone too far with affairs and heated emotions. So this could have something to do with this Lover's reverse, for sure. An established relationship, you might be just feeling very distant from each other with a lack of cohesion, right? Just not really understanding each other right now. I'm feeling like, yeah. Someone close to you may even be overly opinionated and very egotistical, and the dynamics of a close relationship in your life, it could be romantic or friendship, can become very skewed, where this idea of emotional betrayal, yes, the common meaning of this Three of Cups in this position in the reversal. So you may be feeling blocked in as far as being able to move forward in your life or in your relationship. I'm getting this is hard to feel motivated in. So if so, take a break and return to things when you feel more grounded and less affected by other people's emotions and their demands and their drama. But I'm getting that these two are going together. Some sort of inappropriate behavior is going on here. Yeah. And then we have the Ace of Wands, which is, you know, yeah, you just feeling very unmotivated to move forward in something new with this person. And I do have to say this, Aries, though, in this energy that we're feeling right now, and I'm not just talking to the Aries archetype, I'm talking to all signs right now, there is a high likelihood of people creating narratives in their minds based on not having all the information to a situation. Now, I'm not saying if you caught your partner doing something shady, that's a totally different story. But if you're simply suspecting, in this energy, you might be wrong. And so you might be feeling unmotivated and unwilling to move forward, continue on in this situation because of something that you heard, or missing pieces to a puzzle, but something that you felt very suspicious about. Just make sure you have all the information before establishing an unwillingness to move forward in something, okay? I do just want to say that because we do get a lot of that in this energy, where ends up being a crazy lack of communication because of missing pieces to a situation. Where as human beings, we start, you know, what do? We end up filling in. We fill in information. Not because we want to be a pain in the ass, and not because we want to be suspicious. That's certainly not it. It's because things need to make sense to us as normal thinking human beings, right? So you might be dealing with that in your relationship sector at the beginning of the week. Then in the midweek, we start with the Ace of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo. And I like this for you. This is money on its way as a result of your previous efforts or decisions. And you may be offered an opportunity to gain new skills at this time that are ultimately going to be profitable for you in the long run. But there's a newness too to this vibe, almost like an apprenticeship energy too. So you might be considering a new career direction or working towards a promotion. But this indicates you're working really hard and being very dedicated to your responsibilities, which you guys are, Aries, right? I mean, you guys are the leaders of the zodiac, for goodness sake, right? You guys are the emperor. So, hey, you know, bring me some money. But you're feeling confused about stuff. Jupiter and Gemini, this is you feeling trapped. You're trapped due to a series of bad experiences and poor luck, and you're in a space where you're beginning to wonder if things are ever going to truly improve for you in the way that you envision for yourself. This is not you I'm not saying that you're being completely ungrateful or anything like that, but things are just not going the way you are trying to manifest them. So you may be anxious due to an unsatisfying bond with a person or a job. Either one. Wands are thoughts, so it's however you apply, because this is a general reading. But this does commonly reveal problems in careers and in the intellectual arena, showing a lot of frustration. So feeling unhappy, you may find it hard or even impossible to do your work to your satisfaction, due to what you feel are unreasonable demands or even disorganized management. Also, you may be sensing conversations going on behind your back or behind closed doors that you're not privy to, that end up making you feel isolated and even vulnerable in a way. So this typically indicates someone who is in a role that doesn't really suit them, but are under pressure to conform. So you might be in a job, or you might be in a major in school, or you might just be in a relationship that you really don't fit in. You don't feel like you fit in it, at least now, if ever, or anymore. But you might be staying in it because you feel like you can't leave. Okay, and you can release yourself from this. It's just going to take some determination and possibly needing to ask for support from others, or some advice from somebody that you trust. But also on a social level, this can indicate you feeling, I hate to say this, but humiliated on a certain level or in some way, fearing others' attitudes towards you. You're feeling this restricted here. But it's not permanent. So just think things through, give time and space to evolve out of this unhealthy mindset you have yourself in, because this really is more of a self-imprisonment, Yeah. I just kind of feel like this might be connected to this 9 of Swords energy as well. This is the 3 a.m. card, waking you up with anxiety, worrying about things in the small hours of the night, right? Lots of anxiety. This could just be you feeling very overwhelmed by simply having too much to do. That could be it too. But, either case here, these are minor arcana, so this pattern is temporary, and it is a pattern because we have the 8 and then the 9 of Wands. So, this can be a challenge that you're going to have to deal with this week. And then we have the full reverse energy. It's just Uranus energy. And you need to ask yourself, is what you're proposing or a situation that's being offered to you right now, is it actually realistic and reasonable? Because this full reverse typically indicates an irresponsible side. So you might be acting a little irresponsibly in some way. You maybe your mouth is working ahead of your brain a little bit. Maybe you're not thinking through the downside of something, making decisions that are unwise. But in the reverse, this can indicate you not knowingly sabotaging your chances of attainment due to some kind of desperation or irrationality. So but this is avoidable. Just think really carefully before agreeing to any sort of new approach to work, and just hold back from making any emotional commitments until you're really sure of the ground that you're standing on. You want to be very sure of not only what you're getting into, but the people that you're dealing with, because then we have Justice reverse going into the end of the week. This is a Libra energy. And this indicates life going out of balance, right? As work or relationship or money issues spiral out of control. Again, general reading, so you have to apply it however it would fit you. But I'm getting that this is where the 9 of Wands reverse comes in as a challenge. Because when the 9 of Wands is reversed, this tells me that you're enduring strong opposition, which seems unfair. It's like you put in hard work but receive little in return, and you give your all, but it just never seems to be enough. And it's like you're at the mercy of unreasonable people. It could just be children, your boss, friends, clients, partners, whatever. Somebody's being really unreasonable, and the situation is unmotivating. So you just become fixed in getting through the day and getting through your tasks, even though it's not satisfying. So this can also indicate issues with boundaries. Somebody may be invading your territory, Could be in work, could even be in your relationship. Going back to that 3 cups reverse. Yeah. But in relationships, you might be dealing with an individual who's who's acting defensively because you're veering into uncomfortable territory for them. But yes, this justice reverse indicates a decision going against you, and there may be dishonesty or some sort of miscarriage of justice here against you, I'm getting. So, yeah. Yeah, you see, you're being treated unfairly, which is compounded by bad advice from a trusted individual, I'm getting. And you just really don't feel able or free to truly speak your truth in this energy. So the advice here is to find your voice and stay strong to your values, Aries. Yeah. Yeah, and then we have the Hangman. Yeah, I mean, you're thinking. This is a Neptune energy. This is linked to the Empress, and this is about you thinking things through and things just not moving with a speed, with any speed, right? In a space where really you could just wait patiently. That's all you can do. And the knowledge that Spirit has its own plan. Going back to this higher power. You know, Spirit has its own plan for you. For sure. You know, you may have made sacrifices and you're eager to see the rewards, but unfortunately you can't force the timeline according to your desires right now. There are many other factors that you have no knowledge of right now that are at play here, is what I'm getting. You know? Yeah. And I'm just getting that this energy encourages you to try to see things from a new angle, a new perspective. Take this time to develop your perspective more, okay, more fully on your work and your ambitions, and try to see things from a different perspective, because your approach to things up to this point may not be working to your highest good. So you need to ask yourself if maybe you could think differently or laterally, or just find a way to turn around a situation that needs changing in your life, you know? And then finally we have the Wheel of Year reverse, which is a Jupiter energy. And when this is reverse, this says that you may have been suffering from some bad luck, but thankfully this marks the end of the run of challenges. So in this way, the simple interpretation of this is closure. So the benefits of the upright wheel are definitely coming to you. It's just going to take a little longer to gather momentum to move you forward right now. So this is about not giving up and just understanding that fate and destiny and your higher power, you know, have their own way of doing things that we're just not meant to always understand. So Aries, I do not like negative messages at all. But sometimes they're necessary, and keep in mind this is a brief time period and it just goes with the ebb and flow of life. So please don't shoot the messenger. I do have to tell you that I feel like you're evolving into a much better space, especially in your work. And I feel like with your relationships, are fine. You're just going through something. And so many people are. So try your very best not to make any rash decisions yet. Wait until July finishes, because on July 31st we have that new black moon at 8 degrees of Leo, and we also have Mercury going direct. I mean, it's still going to be in shadow until the middle of August, but things are going to just be lightening up. Things are going to just be becoming more clear and less murky and less weird and less full of strife. I hate to say that. But this is pushing us to grow, and it's pushing us to change, and it's pushing us to see things differently, and it's all temporary. But the positive changes are going to be long lasting. That's on the other side of this. So from that perspective, I do think I see a lot of change for you, Aries, which is entirely good, you know? Change is good. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you next week for the reading for the last week of July. Okay, until then, you guys take care. Bye-bye.